everyone, we are the Vanwives. I'm Crystal.
I'm Jazz.
This is Izzy.
This is Big Bella.
Today we're doing our first ever Q&A on our channel. I'm both excited and nervous. We have a lot to share with you.
Yeah. So recently we put a questionnaire on our Instagram page and we were blown away by how many questions you all asked. Tons. They're incredible, very good questions, as well as thank you to our YouTube community who has asked us a bunch of questions for a couple weeks now. Several probably. Yeah. So this is a good way for you all to get to know us a little bit more, as well as for us to get to know you based on the questions you have asked us. Yeah. There's some pretty good questions in there.
Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be putting out a few more Q&As to follow as we've split all the questions up into categories. And today, this video will be about us, our relationship, and our journey and life as an LGBTQ couple.
Yep. Ready? Let's get into it. You can ask the first one.
Okay. What place was the most exciting that you've visited? Your grandma asked this.
My grandma. Thank you. I would have to say Laos was definitely my favorite place that we visited together. It was our first backpacking trip, so that's obviously a special moment, as well as the nature, the food, and it's quite off the beaten path, so we didn't see many tourists, which is exactly like how we like it. We live like locals. We went on an amazing motorcycle tour, like all around. I forget what it's called, but it was beautiful. You hit a bunch of waterfalls, and I just saw so many villages that like you would never see, I feel like, anywhere else. So.
Yeah, that motorcycle trip was around the Bolivian Plateau.
Oh yeah, good memory.
Yeah, full of waterfalls. And we love waterfalls. So yeah, that's
you would all know from our past video. We're keeping up. Next question. What are your daily schedules like? And do you guys ever feel like you need alone time or anything? And how do you go about that when you live in such close quarters?
Yeah, that's a great question for a van life couple. We have no problem with space. We take the time that we need personally. So sometimes Jasmine will be back here editing and I'll be in the front of the van on the little reading nook, reading a book or keeping up to date, making a phone call. But it's easy to get out with the dogs and get some extra time, take them out for a little walk and have some time to yourself. So that's always been really easy for us. And as for routine, we don't really have one. How do you fund your travels?
So we both were waitresses. We lived in Tofino in the van as well, so that helped us diminish all bills. That we no longer had rent. We share a cell phone bill, and we pretty much eat rice and beans, so we're very frugal. We always said that we wanted, I gotta say this correctly, we wanted to make our life our job instead of our job our life. So we pick up fun jobs wherever we really want, we work them, and we save our money, and then we go have fun. So yeah.
That's it.
What are your long-term goals? 5 years, 10 years, etc.?
That's a huge question. I think that it's a little early to predict what the future will hold, but I think that we've always had a big goal to own a piece of wild property where we can maybe build ourselves a little tiny home off-grid.
Yeah.
But for sure, plenty of traveling. We don't plan on stopping this lifestyle anytime soon.
No.
So,
yeah, definitely.
Right?
Driving around the world.
Yeah.
From one continent to another. If you weren't living the van life, what do you think you would be doing career or job wise? Sorry.
I've been working in the hospitality industry for a long time, so I think it's kind of hard to leave. So I would imagine I'd go back to being a bartender or a waitress. But that's just like, I don't know. As a career, I don't know what I would be doing. I would hope that whatever I am doing, I would be following my heart and doing what's making me happy, whatever that may be.
I went to school actually to be an educator, so I'm a teacher, and I really enjoy that. I didn't stop because I didn't like it. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot from it, and I would probably continue being a teacher. I don't think it's necessarily the same setting as you're all used to in a classroom, rectangular walls. It's called outdoor education, so a forest school, that's really what I'm passionate about, so learning in the outdoors. A quick example of like a lesson plan, I love talking about it, but like, it's say you went on a nature walk and you found a bear print, so biology would be from the bear, you could investigate what type of animal it was, you can measure the print, and then measure the distance. Yeah, so it's a really cool program in school that there's not many, but there's a few in Canada now that are popping up, so.
Miss Canning.
Have you ever regretted living this adventure at some point in your van trip?
We haven't had any regrets. Nothing specific. There are moments that are very challenging, and I'm sure just like anything else in life, you know, you think about what you're doing and what's going on, but
Yeah.
everything that we've gone through, we've overcome, and we've come out stronger, so I can't say we have any regrets.
Yeah, well said.
How did you find the courage to embark yourselves on this project?
I would say my mother, she's always just like, she's never killed my spirit, as they all say that. She has just let me be me my whole life, so thank you, Mom. And she, just like growing up with her and her raising me, she's probably the strongest woman I know, so it has made me who I am, and if I want something, I just kind of go for it, and fingers crossed it works out in the end, so it normally does.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say, I feel like all of the my past travels have made me lead to this adventure.
Yeah.
Maybe my past travels have led me to this adventure, sorry. It just kind of seemed like the next step. It seemed like the best way to travel long term and to travel with our family and all of our belongings. Once I discovered van life, that was it.
It's true. Right to you. Are you planning on having a family after your traveling days are over?
Definitely. We definitely have talked about that.
Traveling days will never be over, though.
The traveling days will never be over. Family or not, the family will be traveling.
Yeah.
It'll be a traveling family. And
When you decided?
when you decided to pursue van life, did you ever get discouraged?
For sure, there were discouraging moments or challenging moments, like the electrical or the plumbing. That was definitely discouraging sometimes. Like, so many trips into Home Depot and Princess Auto, we'd end up just building it right there in the parking lot because we knew we'd have 5 trips back. But all of those discouragements or challenges are actually what made us and be able to fix our van. So, like, for instance, when our fridge stopped working, we were able to wire it back up, and same with install a fan. When things go wrong, we are able to fix it. Are there any challenges that you encounter eating plant-based while traveling?
Not at all. I think everywhere we've been, we've had no problem getting fresh vegetables and fruits and produce. It's never really been an issue. I guess the only downfall would be is if you were eating out and you weren't able to find a vegetarian option or a vegan option.
Yeah, like if you're a backpacker, you didn't have a kitchen.
Yeah, that's the only downfall, I guess. But we've never, we've always been able to try something of the local cuisine, which, you know, maybe it's not the most popular item, but
they'll accommodate you no matter what.
People are very accommodating, and yeah, we've never had any big issues.
No, and there's a lot of vegan restaurants as well, so they're all over. Just type it in Google. They'll bring you there.
How long have you been plant-based, and how did you decide to eat this way?
So I think I've been plant-based probably for 3 years. When did you go to Portugal?
Yeah, that would have been, you have 3 years for you, 2 years for me.
Okay, so 3 and 2. We decided to eat this way, I think just over time doing research, constantly reading online, really credible sources, as obviously. So I would say there's probably 3 factors for me, maybe 4. First is our environment, second is my health, third is the animal, and I know, can I say your 4th?
Yeah.
And Crystal's 4th, I obviously know, is that, you can say it actually, because I'm going to not say it correctly.
It's the reason why I've gone plant-based is because I just don't feel comfortable. I don't think that I could hunt that animal, so I don't believe that I deserve to eat that animal. It just seems so luxurious that it comes blood-free, bone-free, stuffed with asparagus and cheese, wrapped in styrofoam.
Yeah,
and it
so
just
the connection.
It just seems like a disconnected version of a way of eating that I just don't approve
And
of
also,
anymore.
we feel great.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Yeah. How do your personalities suit each other on the road?
That's a great question. Kind of both have a foot pedal on the bike, and it just keeps going. That's
I like that. That's cute. Yeah, so we even each other out. Sometimes I push too much, as you probably saw a river crossing when we, and then Crystal's more of like, okay, let's really think about this. She thinks about all the steps where I just like blind her sometimes, but sometimes it gets the job done.
Yeah, we're a good team.
Come on, iPad. What are your dream jobs?
I feel like that probably changes a lot on the daily basis.
Yeah, I think you have many dream jobs or like career paths as a human being now then. Right now we're really enjoying creating content. It's making us happy, so that's what we're going to do because creating content's making us happy. At a point, teaching made me happy. It still does, but then you just evolve and you change and you keep going. So
With life.
Yeah, I don't really think there's one dream job. I think it's trying them all.
You can have multiple. How old are you both? I'm 25.
What's your birthday?
August 12th. I'm a Leo.
19.
1994.
And I'm October 23rd, 1993, proud Scorpio. Do our signs match? No. Do your parents support your lifestyle?
Our parents are very supportive of our lifestyle.
Yeah, thank you.
Favorite meal you make each other?
Ooh, I would say the creamy bow tie chicken pasta.
Yeah?
Tofu pasta.
I love your cauliflower wings.
Really?
Yeah, they're deadly.
I think that's because I've been making them recently.
They're so good. I can have them tonight.
Okay.
Always interesting how you two met.
So how do we meet?
How do we meet?
So we actually met at work. How many? Like 3.5
years
No,
ago.
5 years ago because we were friends first. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we met at work in our hometown, and like I said, we were friends first, and then one day we weren't. As women and as members of the LGBTQ plus community, how do you keep yourselves safe while traveling?
Wow, that's a really good question. We do a lot of things to keep safe as we travel a lot. So we do a lot of research about the areas that we're going to, where to avoid, good places to go. And then just like we don't really go out late at night, kind of like call it a night, especially in the van pretty early when it starts to get dark. What else do we do to protect ourselves? We oftentimes, if we leave the van, we do have some sort of protection, like a knife, a pocket knife. We have a pocket knife in the van at all times with our bear spray.
Good old Canadian bear spray.
Yeah. We also learned from a few Austrian friends how to ratchet strap your door, the driver's side to the passenger side, and so that you can't open the door.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few little tips and tricks that we do.
And we have Bella and Izzy.
Oh, and of course the dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the dogs are. But I would say, honestly, any couple would probably take the same safety precautions we do.
Yeah.
For the LGBT we don't, like, our license plate says Vanwives, so if you can read English, you'll know that.
We do expose ourselves that way, like a lot online. We're very open about ourselves, our relationship, our sexuality. So, yeah, I'd say, like, for example, like one time we went to Morocco, and we had a wonderful experience. However, we had to be more weary of public display of affection, these kinds of things you have to take into account.
You have to be respectful, and you have to remember it's not your reality, but it is someone else's reality that could be part of the LGBT community, which is like a big one. So yeah, you just respect it, you move on.
Yeah, and if we're choosing to go there,
we're choosing. We're putting our feet in their land.
Yeah, if you're choosing to go somewhere, just being respectful. Yeah. Do you fight, and if so, how do you resolve things?
Of course we fight. We are just we're two humans in a relationship, so of course we do fight. We actually resolve things quite differently, which is probably why it's a little bit like more complicated, I'd say. It's like a good complicated. Krista likes to talk right away. I'm more of like 10 minutes, maybe a bit longer. But yeah, so I think we've learned about each other, and we know what makes each other happy and how we can overcome those things by giving each other space or like talking right away. So just compromising, I would say, is like the best thing that we can possibly do, as well as knowing that no fight is too big for our love. I think it's true. Like it's like we are like an old married couple. If you ask Cameron and Haley, who lived in the van with us, I think we are fighting about, not fighting, but like how we cut vegetables. Like
it's so funny.
I don't let Crystal prep
if
the
you
food.
don't have good knife skills, don't come around jealous.
Okay. I heard you met through work, so I'm wondering who hit on who.
Oh god.
Do you have this question?
Maybe you should answer.
No, you can answer it, but I'm gonna definitely tell more truth of this
Okay,
one.
go ahead.
No, you go. I want to see what you say.
I hit on Jasmine first.
3 times.
Yeah, it was all me. It was all me.
One night she messages me wine, cheese, and you, and that message got deleted in the morning. But I remember telling my best friend Kate, like, what does this mean? There's no way. And I just was totally oblivious.
You were very oblivious.
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever felt unsafe in the countries you visited as a lesbian couple?
Honestly, I wouldn't say unsafe, no. We felt very safe. Like we said, we do take a lot of precautions in order to do so. There's one time actually crossing from Canada into US where something was a little offside. One of the Border Patrol agents said a comment to us that really made us feel uncomfortable about our sexuality, but that is the only time that anything has ever happened. After that time, he knew about our sexuality due to our license plate. We actually thought about changing our license plate. We did message some people thinking of what they thought about that, but in the end, it has brought us so much more joy than hate, so we don't really think about that time ever. It's just,
much more positivity than negativity.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're totally stronger from that. So.
Yeah, and I think like a good thing is like for example in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, for example, is a great place. There is pride flags all over. It is a very inclusive place. Just like a lot of the places that we have traveled are very inclusive. Then again, do your research before you go. But
be who you are.
There's gay people everywhere.
Yeah. Do you have? Oh wait, is it your?
It's me. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any advice for young girls figuring out their identity in the LGBTQ world?
That's a really great question. The only advice that I could give is to take your time. You will find who you are with time, and time is good for you.
Yeah, it is I hate to say it is a challenging moment. For me, it was really challenging as well, not for everyone. Of course, this is going to continue to be normalized. However, it's normal to feel those feelings, I would say, and just let your body, your mind, your soul, like really process those feelings, because that's going to help. As well as, I know for me, researching YouTube lesbians was a great thing, as well as like talking to someone just about my feelings. So whether that is someone you know, a stranger. One of my professors actually in psychology, one class, first year, said if you have a big secret, go to a bus stop and tell a stranger. And I did that once, and it actually worked. So I don't know, that could be advice. It's a process, and let it flow.
Yeah, it is a process.
When did you both start dating, and did you have support?
Jasmine and I started dating 3.5 years ago, and fortunately we both had support at the time. Yeah, my mom, I called her up and I told her, and it was kind of...
It was more like I have a girlfriend. It wasn't like, here this is.
Yeah, and she was supportive from the start, and she treated it like any other relationship, and it was comforting.
Yeah. We're very grateful for that, because in the end, everyone just wants to be happy, right?
Yeah. Has living or traveling together in a small confined space been challenging for your relationship?
I don't think so, because, sorry. We actually, before we lived in a van, we worked together, we've lived together, so it doesn't really, no, not at all.
No,
I would say there's definitely, challenging moments, the first maybe, month of working around each other, I would say, is, you have,
getting
used to it, because it's a smaller space, but nothing about our relationship. We know when each other needs to take time, and we respect that. It's not like, oh, are you mad? No, you go for a walk, you go read a book. It's
true that we, from the start, spent a lot of time together just because we worked together, and now,
we hung every day.
Now that the years have gone on, we really have spent so much time together that we know how we work.
Where and when did you get married?
So that's a good question, because we are actually not married. We
Vanwives.
are the Vanwives, but we're not married yet.
Legally. Yet.
Yeah.
You got something planned? I'm just kidding. Yeah, not on paper, in our hearts.
Yeah, in our hearts.
Yeah. Paper snaper.
Will you incorporate a baby into your van life?
Heck yeah, why not? The more the merrier. yeah, 100% we'll have a baby, a little traveling baby. Might not be this exact van, probably not. This van probably won't be alive then. It's nothing anytime soon, so don't think we're having a baby anytime soon. But yeah, definitely in the near future. I think it'd be really great, and I think we'd be good moms.
Yeah.
Don't you think so, Bella? Best moms.
Bella knows.
Advice for people coming out.
Yeah, so
Kind of goes with like the last question.
yeah, it kind of goes with the last question. Finding someone to confine in, someone that you can trust, whether it be a stranger, a friend, family member, or even a far distant ally online, someone, you know, that is part of some sort of forum or group, or anyone at all, us. Finding someone that you feel comfortable telling would be a great way, would be the advice that I would give for someone coming out. Favorite things about each other?
Okay, there's a lot to love about you, but I would say my favorite thing about you would be Crystal's heart. She's always so giving, no matter if it's like small or big, with saying hello to everyone, always treating everyone with such respect and love. From like when they come into the van, she'll offer them a drink, cook them food, and just to the little things of listening, I think, to everyone, and just really being a good friend.
Wow, that was really sweet.
Waterworks!
Woo! I get so nervous with this question. I don't know why. My favorite thing about Jasmine is how she's opened up my world, and she just keeps me so motivated. She is really the motivation in this duo. She is energetic, and just her personality, it just brings me up and makes me a better person every day.
Thanks, babe. Are you okay? Thank you.
Describe each other's personality.
So it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
I would say Crystal's very calm, cool, collective, big heart, always a good friend, and very respectful, and really smart.
Jazz.
You are. I like your brain.
I like your brain too. Jasmine is curious. She's a wanderer. You have a huge heart and a big personality. What else? You're wild. She's a wild soul. Absolutely so wild. From the moment I met her, bare feet. Driving bare feet, for everyone who always wonders.
Yeah, it's a common question.
Yeah.
Why?
Wild jazzy.
What are your coming out stories?
Yeah, so I'll go first. My coming out story is unique, obviously, like everyone's.
It's a lot different.
Yeah, I pretty much just called up my mom and my friends. I just told them that I was in a relationship with Jasmine, with a woman, and that was really it. I think for me, I've never said that I'm this or I'm that. I've just been open, and I fell in love with Jasmine. She happens to be a woman, and that's my story, and I'm fortunate that that's my story. But yeah,
I think it's a great story, and I think it's really normalizes LGBT relationships, because coming out stories are exciting, they're beautiful, because a lot of people have fought in order to have these. However, to normalize it, I think it's more of just like bringing that person over, saying you're bringing your partner over, using more inclusive words, and I admire Crystal for that, because my coming out story was not like that at all. So I think your story like normalizes it and makes it just what it should be. Just here they are, hearts not parts is what we always say. So yeah.
But it can't always be like that.
No, it can't always be like that, and that's kind of the really difficult thing. My story is a little bit different. I don't know why, because my family is completely supportive, but I'm just me, and I think it took me around 2 years to finally go through the whole process and questions and everything, and then I finally called up my mom and said, hey, can you pick me up? And she came and picked me up from the restaurant, and I just told her everything. And I was, honestly, what came off my chest was amazing. I felt me. I felt like I was me. And you will too when you come out. It's really great. And I told my friends before my family, don't ask me why, sorry family, but yeah, it's just how my story went.
Did you date other girls
before each
other?
Yes, I did. And that kind of goes with my coming out story. My family didn't know they were girls. So, yeah, I have.
I have not. Jasmine is my first.
Do you have support in your lifestyle, in your relationship?
Yes. We definitely have support. In the beginning, there were a few people that were raising eyebrows because we said we were moving into a van, and nobody can imagine what that looks like.
No, I think it's a mattress in the back, which
Exactly.
you can, but not here.
But yeah, no, now that people have seen how we've evolved and how happy we are, everyone's super supportive, and pretty much have been since the beginning, so.
Yeah, we're very grateful for that. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, online community, too, for being supportive of us.
Huge support team online.
Yeah.
That's the end of our Q&A. Those are all the answers that we have for you. And
thank you for asking them. We
Yes.
hope you learned a bit about us and everything else we answered. If we missed a question, let us know because there was a lot. We'll answer you in the comments. We try to get back to everyone. But yeah, good questions.
And
hopefully good answers.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and
Hit the bell.
put your paws up.
Woo! We will see you all next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
Ciao.
Ciao.